To talk about Ben, you really can't do that outside of his family. And St. Ignatius, the powerhouse it is today athletically, and the perennial state contender that we are in golf, did not exist before the Smiths came to Ignatius. Those three guys played on our team, if you add it together, for I think 8 years consecutively.
He's got a big heart, I would say. He was always, being the younger brother, kind of got beat up sometimes, but he was kind of always willing to keep going. I'll just say, you know, he enjoyed taking on difficult shots and the challenge of that, for sure. Just a fun person to have around.
He was always a happy kid, very good at all sports, and went to the Junior Olympics twice, and it was great. He was like my own race car. I used to tune up his skis, and we'd go to all the events. And then all the boys played golf.
Nick was a bit older, and he started golf later than they did, so it took him a while to catch on, but he did really well. Ted, his next oldest brother, was always winning everything, so Ben had to work to catch up with him.
They all were very competitive, and we used to play at Lakewood Country Club. We lived right off the 12th hole, so the boys would just climb the fence and be on the golf course.
I think one of the funniest things they did out at the country club one day is it was Ladies' Day, and they moved the ladies' tees back. We had the little golf course in the backyard, and sometimes I'd get up in the morning and I couldn't figure out where they were, and they'd be out there playing their little golf game.
I first met Ben when we were both 9 years old in a junior golf tournament. He's a good guy all around. Obviously a great golfer, but great friend and a great teammate. Got to know him throughout the 4 years that him and I were there together. Just a fantastic person to be around both on and off the golf course.
Ben's game was just a little looser. Ben was the kind of guy who would hit his driver out of the rough.
He was an unbelievable striker of the ball. Great driver, great iron play, but he was always very aggressive. He was always trying to go for all the par fives and two.
Golf, basketball, baseball, cards, you name it. He was always very competitive and wanted to win, and that made him a great teammate and a great player.
The wrinkle his senior year is we get to tryouts. His mom drives him to tryouts, and Ben is in a back brace. And it turns out that while skiing that winter, he had broken 2 vertebrae. He can't swing a golf club. He comes back to play a week before the end of the season, which I think is the window, the last you have to play during the season in order to be eligible for the playoffs. So he makes it back.
At the state tournament, his back was very bad, had to pull a cart.
Ben's performance at the 2002 state championship was one that I won't forget, and a lot of people there won't forget it either.
You could see it when he swung a club. Just the grimace, the pain he was in.
So we weren't sure what to expect from him. We didn't know if he was going to finish. We didn't know if he was going to play all 36 holes. Needless to say, he did.
He would wear a back brace. Okay, now in golf, the rules are very strict. You can't have anything that aids your swing while you're playing. So he would take the brace off. He would hang it on his cart. He would pick the club. He would struggle through the swing, put the brace back on, and pull the clubs up to his next shot. He shoots a 78 on the first day. He shoots 72 the next day.
He was in pain the whole time, but ended up winning despite all that.
As an individual, and that score propels us to our second state championship.
Watching him go through hole by hole and, carrying his bag with a pull cart and ending up shooting a score to win the 2002 state championship as an individual was truly an amazing feat.
Ben is just a super kid, always was from the time he was little.
We started playing golf before I remember, probably like at 2 or 3 years old. It was a team thing. I mean, I won states by a shot, but there were 2 of my teammates probably within 2 or 3 shots, and years before they beat me. A lot of people had great careers over this period, and the part about it was that we were just a really good team. We had good camaraderie, and we sort of always rooted for each other. And it was a really positive atmosphere, and I think Dan Hess was part of that too, and he was a very positive guy. It all kind of coalesced there, and we had some great years, and it was really lucky to be a part of that.